John Paul II's pontificate broke many records, but beyond the numbers, the leadership of the Polish Pope guided the Catholic Church through many rising challenges in modern times.
Non abbiate paura. Solo lui ha parole di vita. Sì, di vita eterna.
And one of the greatest challenges was the Cold War and the two blocs that pitted the world against one another. John Paul II had suffered firsthand from the oppression of the Nazi and communist regimes. His role was fundamental in the fall of communism in Eastern Europe. One of his first trips, in fact, was to his native Poland in 1979. It became a defining point that encouraged Poles to fight for freedom. John Paul II was a seasoned traveler who reached all corners of the world. He made 104 international trips and visited 130 countries. In terms of mileage, it's enough to go around the world 30 times. But there were two countries he was unable to visit: China and Russia. John Paul II referred to Jews as older brothers, and he became the first pope to step inside a synagogue. He also prayed before the Wailing Wall. He was also the first pope to kiss a Quran and step inside a mosque. It happened in Damascus, at the site where St. John the Baptist was buried. And as part of this interreligious dialogue, John Paul II was a pioneer in calling for joint prayer in favor of peace, as he did in Assisi. It happened back in 1986. More than 150 delegates from 12 religions took part. And during his pontificate, several major conflicts made international headlines: Rwanda, Kosovo, Sudan, Iraq, and the Balkan Wars. The Pope, who had survived World War II, did not remain silent. He became the voice of humanity, actively advocating against violence.
Fermatevi, fermatevi davanti al bambino.
When it came to proclaiming saints, the Polish Pope looked to modern times. He raised to the altars hundreds of people who led exemplary lives. And for the first time, he jointly beatified a married couple, Luigi and Maria Beltrame. He also took a particular concern for women. He was the first pope to write an apostolic letter directed to them, Mulieris Dignitatem. In it, he urged them to reflect on their personal, cultural, social, and ecclesiastical responsibilities. Weakened by sickness himself, John Paul II remained active until his very last moments. He used his personal experience as a teaching tool for a world already under the influence of the so-called throwaway culture. In the Jubilee year of 2000, John Paul II formally apologized for the past errors of the Church. It was a historic moment which the Pope defined as a purification of memory, which allowed Christians to enter the third millennium more open to God. John Paul II understood that young people needed special attention and guardianship. He came up with a gathering dedicated exclusively to them, World Youth Day. The Pope said he felt like another young person in the crowd. Over the course of his 27-year pontificate, John Paul II overcame many obstacles and reached many goals. But above all else, he was able to reach millions of Christians, talking to them one-on-one from heart to heart.